I don't usually make these types of videos, especially because it's such a personal topic, but I've been wanting to share my experiences about my life without a father since I've been able to realize that my dad passed away when I was really young. I apologize for the shitty webcam and the shitty microphone, but it gets the job done, I think. As of recording this video, it is February 10th, 2026. My dad's birthday. He would have been 49 years old today. He's fucking old. My only memory of him was when I was 2 or 3 years old. He took me and my mother to a playground, very bright and saturated colors. It was very vibrant, and I still, to this day, I still cannot find the playground. I don't know if they took it down, I don't know if they remodeled it or anything, but I can't find it. I don't know what town it's in. I don't know. And I don't know why that's the only thing I can remember. Probably because I was so young, but I don't know. My dad came from a family of athletes. His dad was a swimmer and his mother, I think, played softball. So naturally, being a person who came from a sports family, he played hockey in high school, and we have a picture of him somewhere on the team. The only picture I have of him in my room was from when I was a baby. I don't know if you could see the resemblance. I don't think we look alike at all, but that's what he looked like. And since I got the buzz cut a month ago, every day I just see that and I feel like I'm him. On October 6, 2012, he'd pass away from an overdose. I obviously didn't know that he died because I was 3 years old when he died. But as I grew older, I'd recognize his absence, and it just wasn't a good feeling to live with at all. I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks that having a mother and a father in your life, in your childhood, makes your life so much better. But thankfully, it wasn't all bad when I realized that my dad wasn't with us anymore. My mom would always come in. She'd be great at handling it. She's a great mom. So for 2 years after his death, I would be alone with my mother. Then in 2014, my stepdad would come into my life. He was a pretty chill guy to me, and it all started off fine, but him and my mother didn't really get along that well, especially in the pandemic when we were all trapped in the house and we couldn't do anything. Them being isolated together kind of just, their love-hate relationship kind of just grew to the point where they had to get a divorce eventually. It was becoming more dislike than love. So on December 31st, 2020, he would tell me that he would be leaving and that him and my mom were getting a divorce. And when that happened, it felt like he pretty much died. This would be the second time in my life without a father in the picture, and it sucked. It was just me and my mom again for another year before she reunited with someone that she'd met in high school, and they got together. I got to meet him, and thankfully they're still together to this day. They got married in 2024, and I couldn't be any more happier for my mom. Having experienced her husband's death and having to divorce another one, I don't know how to even think about how that must have felt, and she is amazing for that. As time went on, I would learn a lot more about my dad when he died. He had wrote a note to my sister, who was, I think, a teenager at the time, and it basically went like, "I'm sorry I'm not in the picture. I've been dealing with stuff that's been making me a really bad person." There was much more in the note, but I don't remember it. I just remember that part, and when I read it for the first time, it was so hard to read. But I read the whole thing in the end, and I learned a lot about him. He was a great person, just struggling a lot with his health. And when I become a father, I aspire to never be like that. I'm never gonna do drugs. I'm never gonna do alcohol. I'm never gonna vape. I'm never gonna do any of these things that could make me end up like him. If you're missing a family member at home, whether it be because they're dead or because they separated, it's always gonna feel like at one point it's never gonna go back to normal. It's never gonna be the same, but I promise it will. I just wanted to make this video to share my experience. I'm probably never gonna do this again because it's so personal, but I've really wanted to talk about it, especially because today is his birthday. Unk! But if you're still here, thank you for listening. Please be sure to subscribe. I don't usually make deep videos like these, so if it was boring, I'm sorry. Got a bunch of other shit on my YouTube channel for you to watch, a bunch of funny shit like these clips right here. Thank you for watching.